She didn't lose feelings overnight. She lost attraction the moment you became too available. Listen carefully. This is the truth nobody says out loud. Attraction doesn't die because of mistakes. It dies because of imbalance. The moment one person starts chasing harder than the other, desire begins to suffocate. When a man panics and tries to hold tighter, a woman doesn't feel safer. She feels pressure. And pressure is the silent killer of chemistry. Masculine energy is not loud. It is not desperate. It does not beg for reassurance. It does not send 5 texts when one goes unanswered. It does not over-explain feelings hoping to be chosen. Masculine energy observes, and if it senses withdrawal, it withdraws deeper. That's the part most people misunderstand. When she pulls back and you lean in, you signal fear. And fear is not attractive. It communicates, I'm afraid to lose you. And the subconscious hears, you are my only option. But when she pulls back and you become calm, composed, slightly unavailable, something shifts inside her. Because now she feels uncertainty. And uncertainty creates curiosity. Curiosity creates emotional movement. Emotional movement creates attraction. You see, most men believe love is proven through pursuit. But pursuit is only attractive when it's chosen, not when it's desperate. When you chase someone who is unsure about you, you don't win them. You confirm their doubts. A masculine man understands a painful truth. If someone is unsure about him, he steps back and lets them feel his absence. Absence is powerful. Not manipulation, not games, not silent treatment. Real absence. The kind that comes from self-respect, the kind that says, I don't chase what doesn't choose me. Women are emotionally intuitive. They feel energy shifts instantly. When you stop over texting, when you stop over giving, when you stop rearranging your life for her availability, she feels it. And that feeling does one of 2 things. It either makes her step forward or it makes her step away permanently. Both outcomes are wins, because the worst place you can exist is in emotional limbo, where you're investing heavily in someone who is barely investing in you. Masculine presence is grounded. It is steady. It is secure enough to walk away from uncertainty. And here's what most people never admit. The moment you emotionally detach, you regain your power. Not power over her, power over yourself. When you are no longer trying to control the outcome, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability creates tension. Tension creates attraction. She doesn't miss the man who begged. She misses the man who stood tall and walked away with dignity. You think disappearing means losing her. But sometimes disappearing is the only way she can finally see your value, because people rarely appreciate what is constantly available. They appreciate what they might lose. And a masculine man is never afraid to be lost. The moment you stop chasing, something uncomfortable happens inside you. Silence. No constant checking your phone. No overanalyzing her last message, no replaying conversations in your head, just space. And most people cannot handle space because space forces you to confront a question you've been avoiding. Were you pursuing her, or were you trying to prove your worth? Many men don't chase because they want love. They chase because they want validation. They want to feel chosen. They want reassurance that they are enough. But here's the paradox. No one teaches you. The more you seek validation from a woman, the less she feels safe to lean into you emotionally. Why? Because attraction is rooted in polarity. Feminine energy is drawn toward grounded certainty. It relaxes around calm strength. It opens up to emotional steadiness. When you chase excessively, you shift the dynamic. You move from grounded to grasping, from centered to reactive. And once you become reactive, she subconsciously feels like she is leading the emotional frame. And that changes everything. When a woman feels she is leading the emotional dynamic, she doesn't feel pursued, she feels responsible. And responsibility does not create desire, it creates pressure. So when a masculine man senses emotional imbalance, he doesn't argue, he doesn't demand clarity, he doesn't over-explain his value, he reduces access. Access is the currency of attraction. Think about it. If you're always available, always initiating, always reassuring, always accommodating, where is the mystery? Where is the space for her to wonder? Attraction grows in the gap. When you disappear with maturity, not to punish, not to manipulate, but to recalibrate, you allow her to experience contrast. Contrast between your presence and your absence. And absence forces awareness. She starts to notice the silence. She wonders why you're not reacting the way most men do. She replays your conversations. She questions whether she misread you, not because you played a game, but because you stopped participating in one. This is where emotional discipline becomes powerful. Not coldness, not indifference, discipline. You continue building your life, you go to the gym, you focus on work, you see friends, you improve, you evolve, you don't disappear into darkness, you disappear into growth. And here's the part that stings. Sometimes she won't come back, and that is the ultimate test of masculinity. Can you walk away without resentment, without needing closure, without sending that last emotional paragraph? Because real strength is not about making someone miss you, it's about knowing you will be fine either way. When a woman senses that you genuinely do not need her to complete you, something deep inside her shifts. Neediness repels, wholeness attracts. The masculine man doesn't chase because he knows his value isn't proven through pursuit. It's proven through restraint. And restraint is rare. Rare things are desired. Common things are taken for granted. When you choose restraint, you separate yourself from the noise. And suddenly, she feels something she hasn't felt before. Uncertainty about losing you. And uncertainty is the beginning of desire. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people refuse to face. When she starts pulling away, she is not confused. She is evaluating. She's measuring your emotional stability. She's observing your reactions. She's watching how you respond to distance. And your response tells her everything. If you react with anxiety, she sees insecurity. If you react with anger, she sees immaturity. If you react with indifference that feels forced, she senses the performance. But when you respond with calm detachment, real detachment, she feels something different. Strength, not dominance, not coldness, strength, because emotional control is rare, and rare traits are magnetic. Most men think disappearing is about strategy. It's not. It's about standards. A masculine man does not tolerate inconsistency. He does not compete for attention. He does not beg for reassurance. He simply steps back. And stepping back does something powerful. It shifts the emotional weight back onto her. Now she has to decide. Now she has to feel. Now she has to confront whether your presence actually mattered. When you were constantly available, she never had to question it. You were just there, reliable, predictable, safe. But safety without tension becomes routine. Routine without effort becomes boredom. And boredom quietly erodes attraction. When you disappear with dignity, you reintroduce tension. Not chaos, not drama, tension. The kind that makes someone wonder what you're thinking. The kind that makes them check your social media. The kind that makes them replay your last conversation in their head. But here's the deeper psychological layer most people miss. When you stop chasing, you force her to confront her own level of investment. If she reaches out, it's because she feels the loss. If she doesn't, it's because she already emotionally detached long before you noticed. Either way, you gain clarity, and clarity is power. Chasing keeps you stuck in hope. Disappearing gives you truth. Truth can hurt, but it sets you free. Because the most damaging place to be is half chosen. Half attention, half commitment, half effort. You deserve full energy or none at all. When you withdraw with self-respect, you communicate something without saying a word. I am not afraid to lose what is not fully mine. And that sentence alone changes how she sees you. Confidence is not loud. It does not argue. It does not try to convince. It simply acts in alignment with self-worth. Many women don't consciously think, he disappeared, now I want him. It's subtler than that. They feel the emotional shift. They feel the absence of pursuit. They feel the removal of validation. And in that space, attraction has room to breathe again. But understand this clearly. Disappearing only works if it's real. If you're pretending to detach while secretly hoping for a reaction, she will feel it. Energy does not lie. True masculine energy is outcome independent. You are willing to walk away even if it means she never comes back. That's the edge. That's the difference. And that's why masculine men don't chase, they choose. And if they are not chosen back, they disappear without explanation. Now let me tell you the part nobody wants to hear. Disappearing is not about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. Somewhere along the way, you stopped leading your own life. You started orbiting hers, waiting for her replies, adjusting your mood based on her tone, measuring your worth by her consistency. And that is where attraction quietly collapsed, Because when you make someone the center of your emotional world too quickly, you shrink your own. Masculine energy expands, it builds, it creates, it moves forward regardless of who stays or leaves. When you disappear the right way, you are not withdrawing love. You are withdrawing overinvestment. You are saying internally, I refuse to chase someone who is unsure about me. That internal decision changes your posture, your voice, your timing, your patience. You stop reacting instantly. You stop explaining yourself excessively. You stop trying to decode every mixed signal, and something surprising happens. You feel lighter because chasing is exhausting. It drains dignity. It keeps you in a constant state of emotional negotiation. Disappearing restores balance, and balance is attractive, not just to her, but to everyone around you. When a man becomes centered again, people notice. His conversations slow down. His humor becomes effortless. His attention becomes selective. Scarcity increases value, but scarcity only works when it's backed by substance. So while you disappear from her attention, you deepen your life. You refine your body. You sharpen your mind. You expand your mission. You don't vanish into silence. You rise into purpose. And here's the psychological shift that changes everything. When a woman senses that your life is progressing without her validation, it challenges her internal narrative. She can no longer assume you will always be there waiting. And humans value what they might lose. Not out of cruelty, not out of manipulation, out of biology. Certainty creates comfort. Uncertainty creates desire. You cannot manufacture desire through persuasion. You can only allow space for it to return. If she reaches out, you respond calmly, not overly excited, not cold, grounded. If she doesn't, you continue forward, because your worth was never dependent on her decision. And that is the mindset that separates boys from men. A boy chases to feel chosen. A man chooses, and if not chosen back, he redirects his energy without drama. No angry speeches, no emotional ultimatums, no desperate final messages, just quiet confidence. And here is the ultimate truth. The right woman does not need to be chased endlessly. She responds to strength. She invests when she feels safe. She leans in when she senses you are not leaning out of fear. So ask yourself this honestly. Are you pursuing from confidence or from fear of losing? Because the moment you release fear, you become magnetic. Now I want you to be real with yourself. Have you ever chased someone so hard that you lost your own center? Comment, I choose self-respect if you're done chasing uncertainty. Like this video if it shifted your perspective. Subscribe if you're ready to master attraction without losing yourself. And share this with someone who needs to remember their value.